the very first time that I have ever tried an In-N-Out burger.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, once praised as the ultimate mix of raw muscle and Hollywood charm, is now drowning in backlash. One revelation after another is tearing down that carefully polished image, and people are realizing that behind the megawatt smile might be someone a lot colder and calculated than fans ever imagined. Instead of the humble, lovable giant, whispers are painting him as arrogant, self-absorbed, and obsessed with controlling his narrative. WWE loyalists who once cheered his every move have turned their backs, and even movie audiences are starting to lose that spark for him. The so-called hero is being unmasked as a product, a brand designed in a boardroom to sell perfection, down to the last detail of his daily meals and those jaw-dropping claims about sky-high Hollywood paychecks. Fans feel like it's all part of a giant illusion, a slick web of lies meant to keep his star power burning. And now the very man once worshipped as the peak of greatness is being dragged for becoming the symbol of Hollywood fakery. People are demanding to know what's really hiding behind those muscles and that charming grin. But let's not forget, before The Rock was a box office king, he was the biggest name in pro wrestling. With 8 WWE Championship reigns, his career looked untouchable, his dominance unmatched. And yet, here's the twist. Crowds didn't always shower him with love. Meanwhile, the internet wasn't holding back. Online communities smashed that dislike button every time The Rock showed his face in the WWE ring. And it all boiled over at WrestleMania 40. Fans around the world were hyped for what should have been a dream match. Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns, battling for the undisputed Universal Championship. It was years in the making, hyped as a once-in-a-generation showdown. But when The Rock forced his way into the storyline, the entire event exploded into chaos. Instead of letting the new era shine, a 51-year-old superstar already cemented in wrestling history shoved himself into the spotlight like he was still the only name that mattered. To many fans, this wasn't WWE creative. It was The Rock flexing his personal power, demanding the main event, and hijacking the payoff that the audience had been waiting years to see. One fan even quoted CM Punk's infamous words, "Trust me, this isn't sour grapes, but the fact that Dwayne is in the main event of WrestleMania and I'm not, makes me." That single line echoed what millions were feeling. The Rock's ego just couldn't let the torch be passed. The betrayal cut deep. WWE is supposed to be about emotion, story, and payoff. Not one man's obsession with staying center stage. The fallout was brutal. The SmackDown clip from February 2nd, 2024, featuring The Rock, Roman Reigns, and Cody Rhodes, didn't just flop. It went down in history as the most disliked WWE video ever on YouTube. Over 504,000 dislikes out of 4.6 million views. Numbers that speak louder than any promo. This time, The Rock's own words came back to bite him, and nearly 400 million followers were there to catch it. Back in 2017, he proudly posted a photo with the caption, "I've never been to In-N-Out before." Harmless enough, right? Fast forward to August 2022, and suddenly he's telling fans again, "This is my first time trying an In-N-Out burger," or anything from In-N-Out for that matter. But it didn't stop there. In December 2023, he pulled the exact same move for a third time, writing, "This is my first ever In-N-Out experience. 3 first times at the same burger joint in less than 7 years. For a random person, maybe it's a funny slip-up. But for one of the most scrutinized celebrities in the world, this came off like straight-up fabrication." The internet didn't waste a second. Fans instantly pieced it together, and the mockery was relentless. YouTubers, gossip outlets, and forums lit up, dragging him as a phony who can't even keep track of his own PR stunts.
Because on steroids, what are your thoughts on that?
You know, I've been to America and I know what goes on. I would believe that The Rock would be on testosterone replacement therapy. A very good thing to do. It's actually very good for you, very healthy for you, helps you be big and strong, helps you live a long and prosperous life.
One viral comment joked, "He needs to triple down and do it once a year with the same script, make people think he's senile for fun." Dude is literally the human embodiment of Disney. Everything is filtered, self-promotional, and 24/7 sales mode. Entertainment analysts piled on too, slamming The Rock for being a walking brand machine who lost touch with reality. Suddenly, what should have been a goofy burger story became evidence of something darker. His obsession with spinning false little tales just to keep that authentic, nice guy image alive. On Reddit and X, fans tore him apart for the slip-ups, with one viral post hitting hard. The Rock's had 3 first times eating at In-N-Out. Maybe The Rock just needs a stronger shot of his own tequila to help with that memory. From the WWE ring to social media, the cracks in his perfect image keep splitting wider. And once he made the jump to Hollywood, the obsession with control only became louder. On screen, he's never just a character. He's always the hero, invincible, untouchable, larger than life. And here's the kicker. According to industry reports, his movie contracts actually include a clause that his characters can't lose a fight. Think about that for a second. It might sound like a small line of legal jargon, but it screams insecurity. It exposes his fixation on staying a flawless superhero no matter the cost, even if it means twisting stories to keep his ego safe. That obsession came crashing down when he finally pushed through the project closest to his heart, Black Adam. This was the film he nurtured for 15 years, reshaping and forcing it into existence. Black Adam wasn't even meant to be a top-tier DC figure, just a Shazam villain, but The Rock muscled his way into turning the script into a shrine for himself, painting Black Adam as an unbeatable powerhouse. It was less about DC fans, more about feeding his personal legend. But when Black Adam hit theaters, the reality check was brutal. It flopped almost instantly, and instead of owning the loss, The Rock pulled out another PR stunt that left fans shaking their heads. On December 8, 2022, he jumped on X claiming the movie was a definite box office win, boasting profits of $52 to $72 million. He even pointed to a Deadline article as proof, but the truth unraveled fast. Insiders revealed that the article wasn't independent reporting. It was fed directly by The Rock's own team, a carefully polished lie dressed up as fact, just to mask the film's failure. The move backfired, with critics blasting him for spinning fantasy numbers to protect his image, while fans saw right through the act. Black Adam wasn't just a disappointment. It was a financial train wreck. Industry insiders revealed the film needed a staggering $600 million worldwide just to break even, but it limped out of theaters with barely $400 million. That's not just a miss, that's a flop of epic proportions. Yet The Rock tried to spin it as a success, proving once again his favorite move is twisting the story to protect his image, even when the hard facts scream the opposite. But while his Hollywood fibs and social media contradictions already had fans questioning his authenticity, the biggest crack in his legacy may be his body itself. At over 50 years old, The Rock still parades around with a near-perfect physique, massive muscles, razor-sharp definition, and body fat so low that even athletes half his age struggle to maintain it. And that's exactly why fans are starting to whisper about the unspoken truth. Could The Rock's superhuman look really be natural? The speculation is heavy.
His physique in the early days of the WWE.
Oh, nothing in comparison.
Yeah, let's go to like the early days of The Rock. I mean, he was like very athletic, great genetics, big, strong guy.
Yeah.
But he didn't look anything like he looks now. The mass and the striations and the vascularity.
This version of him did, but like this version.
Steroids and synthetic hormones. These enhancers are known to accelerate muscle growth, burn fat, and keep energy levels high. And while The Rock swears up and down that it's all discipline, iron will, and a clean diet, the math doesn't quite add up. He brags about consuming 6,000 to 8,000 calories a day. Nutritionists broke it down, and the numbers don't align with his shredded image. To reach that intake, he'd need to pile in huge amounts of fat-heavy food, possibly even fast food. But that clashes with the squeaky clean chicken and rice lifestyle he flaunts online. Experts argue that no matter how grueling the workouts, staying stage ready at his age while eating that much is close to impossible, unless something else is helping along the way. The doubts only grew louder when side-by-side photos of The Rock at 30 were compared to how he looks today. Instead of the natural decline most men face, his muscles appear even bigger, more cut, and freakishly defined. Scientists and fitness pros point out that this kind of transformation defies biology, especially since men over 40 usually lose muscle mass and see testosterone levels drop, not magically bulk up to comic book proportions. And here's the kicker. Even without hard proof, the suspicion alone has been enough to chip away at the superhero image he's built his career on. To millions of fans, he's no longer the symbol of pure grind and discipline. He's looking more like a case study in smoke and mirrors, a man desperate to mask reality with a polished illusion. With scandal after scandal stacking up, the once unshakable Rock is now drowning in questions he refuses to answer. Instead of confronting the whispers head-on, he tried to drown them out with good deeds. But even philanthropy backfired in spectacular fashion. When wildfires devastated Maui, he appeared in a video beside Oprah Winfrey, announcing he was donating $10 million to help kickstart a relief fund. Sounds noble at first glance, until the rest of the video revealed they were also asking everyday fans to chip in more cash. That's when outrage exploded. Social media lit up with people furious that two of the wealthiest celebrities alive were asking working-class families, many struggling paycheck to paycheck, to dig into their pockets while sitting on fortunes worth hundreds of millions. Instagram comments slammed him, TikTok videos mocked him, and Reddit threads accused him of being completely out of touch. Math ain't mathin' with this one. That biting comment from a furious fan summed it all up. The numbers just don't add up. When two mega celebrities with fortunes in the hundreds of millions only contribute what feels like pocket change compared to their wealth, and then turn around asking the public for help, people saw right through it. On the big screen, The Rock might shine as a larger-than-life hero. But in real life, when the truth comes knocking, his performance has fallen flat. And now comes the harsh realization. All that glitz, all that glamour, all those inspirational speeches, none of it feels real anymore. The Rock isn't being seen as an authentic man. He's being exposed as a carefully engineered product, a walking, talking brand built to sell an image. Just scroll through his social media and it becomes obvious. Nearly 3/4 of his posts are nothing more than advertisements, whether it's tequila, movies, energy drinks, or personal projects. Fans even gave him a new nickname, Dwayne the Ad Johnson. What once looked like professionalism and dedication is now mocked as robotic, scripted, and soulless. This is the danger of building a persona too perfectly. It becomes hollow. The man who was once the people's champion, the blockbuster action star, the global icon, is now a warning sign of what happens when authenticity gets buried under branding. Even when he flashes that megawatt smile, fans can tell it's just a mask. The shine of his stardom might still be there, but the trust, that's shattered. And instead of being remembered as Hollywood's ultimate hero, The Rock is edging closer to being remembered as something else entirely. A cautionary tale that no matter how big the muscles, how bright the spotlight, or how carefully you hide the cracks, the truth will always find a way out. Under the blinding lights of Hollywood, The Rock's downfall didn't happen overnight. It was the slow burn of years of lies, ego, and missteps finally catching up with him. What once looked like discipline and drive is now seen as manipulation and self-promotion. He's gone from being an inspiring figure to a brand so overexposed that fans no longer see a man. They see a walking billboard. Every fake narrative, every stage story, every glossy ad chipped away at the trust his fans once had. And now, that trust is gone. The Rock's empire didn't collapse because of one scandal. It crumbled because too many cracks piled up until the whole image shattered. Once the people's champion, he's now viewed as the champion of marketing campaigns. And audiences aren't buying the act anymore. But what do you think? Did The Rock destroy his own legacy by chasing the brand instead of staying authentic? Sound off in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want more deep dives like this.